Right. Okay. There's
Or
right.
that.
So we're starting a
Okay.
recording
That's
now of everything that happened uh,
alright. Yeah.
tonight on the 14th of August.
Yes, it's 6:40 in the morning. Yes.
Right.
But
So who
yes,
wants to
basically
start?
just to show John and Mayhem. So.
I mean, where do we want to start at? That's the question.
I suggest we start at the beginning, and then we'll work up to the point, and I can finish it off with what happened to me.
Okay, I'll start with
Okay.
the beginning then.
Right. Okay.
Okay, from the beginning, basically that's how it worked. Around 12 o'clock Eastern Time, or not 12 o'clock, around 9 o'clock Eastern Time, I resumed to get on Urban Life, and I find that there are no moderators or admins on. Well, come to find out that I go join a police channel, and they say that, oh, well, they all joined Wicked's office. And I said, really? I don't see anybody in Wicked's office. And they're like, no, 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 they're all in there. And I said, okay, who's they all? And they're like, oh, Pels, Collins, Wicked Sig, Death Dealer, Antolino. And at this point, I'm very confused because I can't see anything on the whole room. So I click the room, and it says I do not have permissions to view the contents of this office. And so, from there on, I become very suspicious, and I start believing them.
Yeah, and
Well-
this is as well when there's many problems on the server. There's many people that actually do need admins and moderators. But the thing is about it is that this actually happened around the time of right 3 o'clock in the morning UK time. So like most of the admins and moderators from your we only had moderators, but all the European moderators were getting poked because all the American admins and moderators were hiding away in a channel because they did not want to have to deal with all the problems on the server, which at 3 o'clock in the morning is well within American times. There was one complaint from Turk. Turk managed to contact WickedSick earlier on in the night. He contacted him 2 times, and everything was quite fine them 2 times. Turk was trying to keep order in the server, and he was contacting Wicked to try to, restore the order by telling him who should be kicked. He contacted him a 3rd time, and Wicked says, do not poke me again. There was a serious issue on the server, so Turk felt it was necessary to poke him again just because of how serious the situation. I can't remember what the situation was, but he had to poke him. Wicked then replied, if you poke me one more time, I will ban you from this server.
Right, which is ridiculous already, as having a senior admin who won't even attempt to let the person finish who's having problems like that. And then from there, they all start to screw around, and the next thing you know, we start to see, a lot of other people come out of the Wicked's office, and we start seeing them go into Collins' office, which is like Collins, Pels, Antolino, Death Dealer. They start moving around a little bit, which I also have screenshots of this too, of each person actually coming out of Wicked's office and then going back in. And then I have a picture of the channel, but you can't see anybody inside of the channel. Not only is it misleading the public that they can't even receive help, that even when they can see them for a split second, that they are still unwilling to help. So from there, everyone's already frustrated already. So at this point, we all start to form our own little clique thing, talking about how the hell we're going to solve this because we have corrupt people who aren't going to do their job and instead like to hide around and spy on people. So in this case, this is when Death Dealer obviously pulls us all together into Colin's office and says, oh, everyone, it's an important meeting. That's cool. That's word for word right there. And so we all, quiet down and stuff like that, since this is the first time seeing Death Dealer and Wicked, who are both admins online, since they come out of hiding. So we expect them to go ahead and sort the server out and stuff, but instead, the news we get is that, oh, this isn't actually a meeting. We're just playing around. What meeting are we talking about? And so at this point, everyone's like, oh, really, what the hell was this? They not only did they pull us all together, but now they have nothing important to tell us. So that whole thing was just pointless for everybody to go in there. And so at this point in time, this is where they begin to start getting bored, and everyone's kind of quiet and everyone's kind of confused, like, why the hell is this going on? So at this point, this is when the admins start to screw around with each other, removing each other's powers. They actually removed all of Death Dealer's tags. Wicked did that.
Was it signing? What was it? A director's position?
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna get that too. And basically, they were playing with Death Dealer's icons, and Collins and Antolino started to, on the side, started to play around. Antolino started to kick people, which I actually have screenshots of that too. And while Death Dealer's getting his tags removed, they're both screwing around, removing Wickeds and that. And then Collins is assigning ULR tags to Death Dealer, kind of screwing around too. So Collins is abusing his privileges to give tags. So not only at this point is that happening, this is when Asian proceeds to come down from his channel.
But wasn't Turk not given very high permissions as well?
Yes. Turk, actually, yeah, that's perfect. Turk was also given powers of admin status, senior admin, and then he was given the head of, I think it was Department of Public
Relations.
Yeah, public relations. And,
which is probably in response to actually Turk trying to organize the server, so it was probably a joke of, well, you're trying to organize the server, so here's all your powers.
Right, it was a joke on that guy, but then...
You can hear all that in the first clip, Trigun, on them all doing all that.
Okay. I'll also add in that, yes, it's made very clear and very strictly forbidden to make it so you cannot see people in channos.
Right, and I have screenshots of that one too.
Okay, so Asian, do you want to explain now what happened on your behalf?
Well, I was in the channel, and then they were fucking around, all that shit, and I went, as senior admins and moderators, I don't think you should be acting like this, or behaving like this. Then Wicked called me, something like a sore bitch or something.
Yep.
Yeah, what was it, like
it was exactly that, actually.
Yeah.
Then I asked them to repeat it. Then you'll hear them trying to cover it on the second clip, Trigun, because it didn't record him saying it, but you'll hear them trying to recover it and think of a reason. Then I think fucking everyone, Antolino and Collins joined in. Then I think they started moving channels after that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Yeah, that's when they began to then start to mess around with moderator channels and start moving them all around the place. Then when I was actually in the room with after Asian got called a name, I was in the room with other players and moderators, and that's when Wicked started to actually move my moderator channel around the moderator section. So I moved my channel up because I know where I'm always at the top of the moderator thing, so I moved it back up. He moved it back down, I moved it back up. Kind of like a little feud started to happen. And then he got sick of it, so he decided just to delete my channel, and it forced everybody in my channel to be put in the public lobby.
And I have a picture of Wicked starting to move all the rooms. He starts with Asian's room, then Aiden's room, then Pells's, then Collins. At this point, they're all the Americans are inside of Collins' room, and they renamed the room to Collins' Bitch Fest room. I went ahead and snagged a picture of that. I snagged a picture of Wicked starting the battle of, the dumb battle of changing offices and stuff like that. And then I have actually 5 points of Wicked starting it before Conway actually starts to deal back with it. And then from that photo, you can go to the next photo. It's called Deleted Channel. And from there, you can also see the point where we were all kicked from the channel, Conway's channel, because Wicked had deleted the channel. And then it shows that Wicked disconnected right after he deleted the channel and everything like that. So that was...
Yeah, so everything after that there, things started to die down for about, I would say, maybe like 15 to 20 minutes, and everything was, it was starting to die down. And then Wicked comes into the channel and says to Asian, hey, there's a lot of problem on the server, why don't you go off and fix it? And I think it was this, like, Quiet American was saying, me and Asian are playing a game and blah blah blah. So Wicked says, okay, I'll get one of the American moderators to deal with it. Then Mr. Ward says, he's down. Actually, no, you can go off and say Mr. Ward if you want to explain.
So essentially at this point, I make a point like, that's ridiculous that they can't do their job. They're all together in one channel. I don't see why he couldn't have just gone to one of the moderators that are already in the channel. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm done for tonight. There's been too much crap. I'm going to go to bed right before I sign off. And let me remind you, that Aiden had a spy in the channel, a separate person that he was using to listen on and on our conversation. The name of that spy was Kimball.
Aiden actually impersonated Mr. Kimball. I've got screenshots of